Welcome to nationalopinionnews.com. That's news with a Z. Real talk, no fluff, opinions that matter. Hi, I'm your host for the day, Pastor William Hudson, along with our national commentators, Lois Polk, Robert McCain, and Leah McVicker. Man, today we have a lot of things that we want to discuss. We want to look at the homosexuals marching against the win of Proposition 8. We're going to deal with the economy. Man, this economy is all messed up.
Yes, it is. And you know what? I'm so glad we're going to talk about this. I am so ready to get started.
I cannot wait to speak my opinion.
These are issues that demand some type of solution.
You know, as we looked at the marches going on across the country, we see them raging. I mean, why do the heathen rage? You know, they're raging because they lost. I mean, it was a fair fight. I mean, they went to the polls just like we went to the polls, and then we win Proposition 8, and next thing we know, here they are at our doorsteps marching.
Right. So it's like a battle, like we fought a battle, but Iraq thought that we didn't win, so let's redo the battle all over again.
That's what it seems like to me.
Right.
But I don't know how we should respond to these things.
And I think the response is love. The right response is love. If we don't respond in love, I think that we'll find ourselves fighting a very physical battle because you can't fight anger with anger. And they're angry. They're very angry.
I mean, how do you fight this battle with love when they're spitting on you and yelling at you and calling you all kinds of names and throwing condoms in your face? I mean, come on now, somebody's got to help me with this one.
It's a vile fight, but I still think that the response is a response of love. And yes, we do have to continue to say, no, this is not acceptable, but we still have to respond in the way that God would respond to us when we behave unacceptably.
I think that you have to be, I think when it comes to that, it's a situation where you have to be prepared. Because if you're not prepared, you have to shoot off the cuff. And, you know, then you're stuck with what you're stuck with.
You mess around, be fighting.
Well, but they're always talking about, you know, love and that, you know, they're the nice people and we're the angry people. But, you know, it seems backwards to me. Every time I see them, what do you see?
They always think, you know, a lot of homosexuals think automatically you're talking bad about them. And, you know, at the same time, I think a lot of it has to do with Obama. That's why a lot of these marches and a lot of these people and the news has gotten so bad about homosexuality is because Obama's now in office. So all these homosexuals know that Obama supports them and knows that they know that he thinks it's okay. But it's now time that us Christians really seriously need to take a stand and say, look, we need to come together and fight this together and say, this is not okay.
They feel like
we need to fight
fired.
it spiritually.
We do.
I hear you. Because if we fight it physically, we lose.
We're going to lose.
But if we fight it spiritually by unifying ourselves, unifying our body, and praying and fasting and seeking the Lord, we are better off winning than trying to go out there.
I wonder if that's going to actually bring an end to this thing. Us standing individually, state to state, trying to fight to win this battle against homosexuality. I wonder what it's going to really take. I think it's probably going to take an order from the top.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take an order from the top, an executive decision, because we are divided. This whole issue divides our nation from the people that don't accept it, the people that do accept it, the people that are on the fence that don't really care. Everyone's going to have to make a decision what side of the fence you're on. Whether or not you're
I know what side I'm on. I'm not sure what side I'm on, but my mind is already made up. It's just that I got to get my heart right because, you know, I don't know how I would respond with someone coming up in my face and yelling and screaming, just like that old lady. Remember that old lady?
Yeah. You know what? And I'm sure everybody has seen that. This old lady, she was protesting against their protest. You know, in public, totally legal in our state. And these guys came on, big guys, knocked the cross out of her hand and stopped it, yelling at her, getting her out of the camera. It's amazing.
We're saying that we're talking about these rallies or these parades, these marches are violent. But the truth of it is, they've always been pretty violent. I mean, before this, I mean, when you look at the gay parades, they're like, you know, they're pretty vile and aggressive. Before they were fighting for something, and now they're a little more aggressive and in our faces, but they were always very, very violent.
That's true.
And I think they feel like they have the right because they have gotten our country to accept that the homosexual lifestyle, you're born that way. I've never accepted that. I know that it's something you can decide because we have too many people that have changed their lifestyles from the homosexual lifestyle to just being heterosexual, and then so you know they try to equate homosexuality with being black. But I've never seen anybody that was black decide, okay, I'm not gonna be black anymore. I mean,
not one ex-black.
Michael Jackson. What happened to Michael Jackson? What was that?
He's like the only one. He tried. He's still black, but his genes still make him black. Baby still comes out black. But you know, we're so glad that our audience is listening to us today. We hope that you will continue to listen to nationalopinionnews.com. That's news with a Z. Z, real talk, no fluff, opinions that matter. We're broadcasting our opinions. We want you to blog in. Go to the website, nationalopinionnews.com. Make your blog so that we can read them and discuss them here on the air. You know, with all these marches and things, it's not really helping our economy. They should come up with the economy